Hello, this is Dr. Sanjeev Rao. I am MDS in oral and maxillofacial and reconstructive surgery. I have been practicing hair transplant, lasers, cosmetic as well as aesthetic procedures since last 8 years. Well, today we will be talking about the lasers that we have already discussed about some of the points between the permanent hair removal that is being available in the market. So you will get a lot of machines now, that is the diode, that is the IPL, different types of IPL, different nanometers of wavelength of IPL that you will find, but you have to choose from which part or which IPL, or if you are taking an IPL, or which diode you should take, because lot marketing peoples are being like they are selling of these laser gadgets, in which we can find that the actual reduction of the hair is not being done when we are doing it in the patient, and patients are really dissatisfied about the permanent hair removal. First of all, it's not a permanent hair removal, it's a permanent hair reduction that takes place. But here I am going to show you the actual differences between the IPL and the diode. So in case of an IPL, it is not a laser hair removal, it is an intense pulsed light that gives the light, and that light gets absorbed by the melanin that is present in the hair, and it is thermal energy is transferred to the hair bulb, which gets damaged. The bulb gets damaged in the subsequent sessions. So we will know that what is the difference between the IPL and the diode. Here we have practically the machines that we are having, because sometimes the IPL is required, but not in all cases. So to show you the difference between the machines, so I am going to let you know today. Suppose this is the IPL, this is an IPL probe that we say. We have different filters in IPL. The IPL normally have different filters that you place in the probe, and it reflects the red light. So like from 400, or we can say that 640 nanometer of wavelength, starting from there till 1064, or till 750, or say till 1064 the nanometer of wavelength, it is available in case of IPL, the filters. So you need to place which filter for which hair. Like some people are having light hairs, the hair will be of lighter side, the thickness will be less, and some hair will be in much more thickness, as well as they are more darker. And the second thing is that you should look after is the skin tone. That is very important to place which filter. So in case of an IPL, we are having this sapphire crystal cooling. So as you can see that there is a glass over here. It gives the cooling to the patient when the light is being passed, and we are having different wavelengths of nanometer of filter that is present. So here as you can see that we are having a 640 nanometer of wavelength is being placed, and the filter looks like this, and you can change this filter, and it starts from 640, and here we are having this is the 530 nanometer of wavelength. As you can see, you need to place it like this, the filter is placed like this, and till 740, this is the 750 nanometer of wavelength that we are having in case of an IPL. So what basically the IPL does is it gives the light, and here the bulb is getting spread, the light is getting spread, as in case of a bulb you are seeing. It is not coherent, and it is basically not monochromatic, it's a polychromatic light. So whenever the light passes, it goes to the surrounding tissues as well as the epidermis. The epidermis also takes this light, and thermal energy is also transferred, and it is not focused. But in case of one diode, when we see now, that you can see the difference, and different probes, like if you see The very best probe that works is of 808 nanometer of wavelength in case of a hair removal that traps the melanin pigment. It goes to the melanin wherever the melanin is there, and it is transferred by the hair follicles to the bulb or the root, so that it subsequently get damaged. So here we are going to know some of the basics, how the laser, the IPL, that is the intense pulse light, works in case of a permanent hair removal. So this is the cooling mechanism, how it happens. It happens catagen phase and the telogen phase. 80% of the hair that are being present in our the body at the time the patient will come is in the anagen phase. Some like 10% or the 15% will be in the catagen phase, and some will be in the telogen phase. Now we will know much more about in the next video, like what are the anagen phase, catagen phase and telogen phase, how you need to counsel your patient properly, because most of the patients and most of the patient, they have already searched the Google and they are having the query that for how many sittings will it take, is it a permanent reduction, will they require further sittings in the future or not. And we will know more about this. We'll more talk about the depth in the hair removal that you need to counsel the patient, and about the post-operative complications. And shortly we will be also uploading the video about the machinery that goes, or the physics that happens, and we will open up the machines to show you how the cooling effect takes place, how the sapphire crystals are getting cooled, how the patient is in what pulse or what mode you should give it to reduce the complications. Thank you. Thank you for watching our videos. If you want more videos, do like, share and subscribe.